The other big story here at 10 takes us to the I-team. We know it's back to school time for many North Texas students, but there are some families starting the year off just a bit anxious over how their kids will get to school back and forth safely. Our I-team's Andrea Lucia is in Plano, where about 2,500 students have lost access to buses.
Yeah, the district estimates as many as half of those 2,500 students may have been regular bus riders. I'm standing here in front of one of the affected campuses, but there's nearly 3 dozen here in town. And this isn't just Plano dealing with this. Nationwide, busing and access to busing have become a real concern as funding has in many places failed to keep up with inflation.
On a recent summer day,
are you ready for school, guys?
We tagged along as these 8th graders tested out their walk to school.
I hate walking. I'm really hot right now and my back hurts.
It's a mile and a half to the Otto Middle School campus across 2 major roads.
Wait. Is this the busiest crossing?
Yeah.
Yes. Also, you have to wait like a really long time to cross.
Guys, we have 30 seconds. Walk!
For years now, these girls have ridden the bus.
Why is our school on the busiest road on planet Earth?
But that is no longer an option.
My ankle is already cramping.
Were you surprised that you weren't going to get bus service this year?
I was. I mean, they kept on saying it like before school was ending, but I mean, I didn't really believe it.
Students living more than 2 miles from campus automatically qualify for free busing, as do those who face hazardous traffic conditions if they walk to school. But Plano ISD has now changed what it considers hazardous. We reviewed maps of all the neighborhoods losing service and found as many as 1,300 students may be losing their ride to school.
Your neighborhood previously qualified because it was considered too dangerous to walk from there, right?
Yeah.
And then this year they're saying, no.
It's not dangerous anymore.
It's not dangerous.
But nothing has changed.
Andrea Livengood said it's hard for working parents to adjust. But if this commute has middle school families worried, imagine what it's like for those with even younger students. Take Sigler Elementary, a Title I school serving mostly low-income families with children as young as 4. About a quarter of its roughly 500 students live in the Bel Air Oaks apartment complex. In past years, the district estimates between 59 to 94 of them have ridden the bus. They're now losing service after the district reclassified this route across 6 lanes of traffic on Plano Parkway and 6 lanes of traffic on Alma as safe.
Breaking news here at 5 o'clock. 2 children in the hospital now after a car hit them in Plano.
It was near this same intersection a 9 and 13-year-old crossing the street last May were hit by a driver who police say ran a red light.
Student safety is always going to be a paramount. Learned that very early in this seat, in this role. However, we also have a fiscal responsibility.
School board members say the addition of crosswalks, sidewalks, and pedestrian signals have made some of the affected paths safer. But in meetings, they've also made it clear this is a money-saving move.
This is an example of us having to be really tight, and we're going to have to get tighter.
Plano ISD reports it spent more than $20 million last year on transportation, an expense for which the state allotted it just $2.5 million, leaving a large funding gap that the district says is getting bigger as gas, labor, and the buses themselves have grown more expensive. By reducing routes, the district expects to need 13 fewer drivers and to save over $1 million a year. These updates were not sudden, and they were not made lightly, said Superintendent Dr. Teresa Williams in a written statement. They reflect months of planning, years of data, and a commitment to doing what's right for students, both in terms of safety and the responsible use of taxpayer resources.
We've definitely seen school districts across the country make the decision to change bus routes, to cut bus routes.
Sebastian Martinez-Hickey is an analyst at the Economic Policy Institute who studied the nationwide shortage of bus drivers. More than half of all students, he says, still rely on buses to get to school, especially low-income students. But today, EPI found there's nearly a third fewer bus drivers than there were 15 years ago.
I think Perhaps they are undervalued because we don't think about what an essential service it is to get children safely and on time to school. When there are changes to school bus routes or there are cancellations, that can contribute to increases in chronic absenteeism for students.
Live in Good wishes Plano School Board would reconsider.
There's other ways to save money that don't put kids in danger.
In the meantime, these students are preparing to find their own way to class.
We're going to be so sweaty and gross. And yeah, it's horrible.
Plano ISD, like many districts, has been operating on a deficit budget since about 2019. In that same period, it has sent literally hundreds of millions of dollars in school tax money to the state as part of Texas's recapture program. Just this summer, the district shut down 4 campuses to try to cut spending, all while pointing the finger at a legislature that for years delayed making any increase at all to per student funding. I did reach out to several lawmakers representing this area about this situation. I'll let you know if and when they weigh in. In Plano, Andrea Lucia, CBS News, Texas.